Hey everyone, welcome to another iDaph Events podcast. Today we're going to talk about the third annual Black Bear Half Marathon and 8K presented by Hunter Subaru. The races take place on Sunday, October 9th in Hendersonville, North Carolina. They both start and finish at Jackson Park and run through the city of Hendersonville and then onto the beautiful Oahu Greenway.
Hey everybody, I'm Daphne. I'm the race director and welcome back to the Black Bear races. We're so excited. The races did move from Saturday to Sunday this year, so that is different. The park had a bunch of soccer games this year, and so long term, it should stay on Sundays. But if you're noticing that difference, yes, that did change. We're so excited to be able to bring both events back, and fingers crossed that there is no flood that happens a couple days before the race, so we can actually keep this USATF course that's certified.
Yes, we hope that we get to do that, and we are going to put the third little diamond in a lot of these people's Appalachian Trilogy, so that will be so fun. We hope that you get to experience that, but a race during hurricane season is a race during hurricane season, right?
Right. And we have a backup course that we came up with last year. So, we'll still run either way.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's so nice to bring this race back to the running community locally and regionally.
Mm-hmm. It is. It starts at 8 a.m. Both races do at the same time, so plan accordingly for that. And, the first year we just did the half. Now we've added the 8K, which has really been a nice addition. That's a unique distance. We don't see a lot of those in our community. And by fall, folks have sort of done the 5Ks in the spring and summer. It's a nice step up for people that just want a little bit more than a 5K, but, don't want to do all the training and life and time commitment that a half has. So the 8K is a nice distance.
I'm experiencing that half commitment right now.
Me too.
But the best part about the 8K is that number one, it's fall, so we get to go faster because summer temps aren't crazy high. And number two, there's cash prizes if you're fast.
Yeah.
So tell us about that, Daphne.
Yeah. So, we want the fast folks to be able to come out and feel like they have something extra to, just sweat out those miles and run as fast as they can. So we have cash prizes for first, second, and third, male and female. They do have to be present to win, and it's just for the 8K. So if you're fast and you want to be in contention to win that prize money, sign up for the 8K, and we'll look forward to awarding that at the award ceremony.
Awesome. Something that I really love about this race has been our swag and our unique awards. I love the whole brand. I just got done filming the video of the medal, and you guys are gonna freak out. It's so good. But tell us about prizes and the awards for just overall, and then age group awards this year.
Yeah, so I think you should show. Do you have the medal handy? I have one.
Hold on. Do you have one? Oh, you have one. Okay.
Amy has it.
Amy's got it.
So the little bear in the middle, the black bear, he spins. So it's super duper cool, and it's a big, heavy medal, like it's substantial.
Yeah.
And then the ribbon is super cool on it too. It's just, it really embodies the whole branding for the event, and really excited for runners to get that. And new this year is the 8K participants are getting the medal as well. So it's not just the half. So 8K, this is a milestone for you too. And so that was a new addition this year, and you'll get a medal as well. And they're running out. So
yeah, they are. So if you're listening on the podcast and not on the YouTube and you didn't see the medal, go check it out on our Instagram page at iDaph Events, because you'll love it.
Yeah. And then we have mugs that are locally made pottery mugs. They're really nice, from Folk and Wayfair Pottery. And those are for first place, age group, and overall. And then we also have a couple different options of colored pencil drawings that Amy Kokenauer did with the black bear on them. So we'll have a couple of those as well as options for age group awards. So yeah, we're trying to use as much local stuff that's relevant to this area, local vendors, local potters. That's super important to us, that we're creating that unique experience when people are coming to do the race, or people that are just here, that they're getting that experience.
Shout out to Mr. Wayne Boynton, helping us to be able to add some older age groups this year. We appreciate that.
Yes, thank you, Wayne. He is one of our veteran runners. I won't say older, he's veteran.
Yes.
He's very passionate that the veteran runners get their opportunity to get, you know, as many chances to get the awards and stuff. So we really appreciate Wayne. We were able to add some additional age groups for the more veteran age groups this year. So thank you so much to him.
Awesome. And then for the overall winners, Fleet Feet Asheville provided gift certificates for overall and masters winners.
Yes. Yep.
So we've got a whole slew of awards and prizes for you guys, and we're excited about being able to offer that.
And the swag this year is very impressive as well. We have the long sleeve Black Bear running shirts, the Brooks Dry Fit Tech shirts for the half marathon. And then we have the really super soft, my favorite, Bella Canvas shirts for the AK. And do you have two, Daphne? You want me to? Okay.
Do you have them?
I do.
Okay.
Amy's got the swag.
Here's our 8K shirts.
Oh, I love that.
Great.
They're gorgeous and so
good.
soft. The Bella Canvas is just one of my very favorites. I love the Bella Canvas. And then the Brooks, the dry fit running shirts
Oh yeah.
with the
That
Black
looks
Bear logo.
good.
They're black, long sleeve. They're going to be one that you're going to want to wear all winter, all fall and winter. I know not everybody's a fan of cold like I am, so you got to wear the long sleeves.
Yeah, those shirts too, I found, like, even in spring or just early morning races where there's a little bit of a chill, like, they're perfect year long, you know?
Yep,
I mean, it's
yep.
just like the perfect texture. So
Absolutely.
My favorite thing to wear running is long sleeves and shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good
Because
weather.
if your core is warm, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think, you know, we ordered some extras, but they're going pretty fast online. So, you know, if you want to get one of those, I wouldn't wait until race day to see if there's any left. I would go ahead and order them on the shop, on Race Roster, or when you're registering, get yours, because we can't guarantee that we're going to have any.
Yeah, definitely do that. Okay, so we've gone on and on about our swag, but we get excited about that.
That's fun.
That's the fun part of running, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about the packet pickup. Where and when does that take place?
Okay, packet pickup is Saturday. That's the day before the race. It's October 8th, and it's going to be at Hunter Subaru, and it's from 12 to 2, and that's over at kind of across from the Asheville airport. And we highly suggest, if you can make it, to get to that packet pickup, because it's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of stress on race morning, trying to get there early, you know, avoiding lines. Just if you can, at any possible way, get there Saturday to grab your stuff. That'll help you out tremendously and save you a lot of stress and time. We will have a packet pickup on race morning. It'll be from 7 to 7:50. And the cutoff will be 7:50, and that's going to be at Jackson Park near the start line.
Okay, Amy, so let's chat about that for just a second. So if the cutoff is 7:50, what time should they be in line to get their packet?
Well, me personally, I always try to get there at least 30 to 45 minutes before race. With this packet pickup starting at 7, I would be there at 7, because I want to make sure I have everything I need, get my stuff to my car, use the bathroom, you know, and be there at the start line on time. So come in, you know, as early as you can get there to grab all that stuff.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, and we did have an option to have your swag shipped, which is even better because then you don't have to worry about any packet pickup session. We for $10 we ship it out. We do this for all of our races. I think Daphne started doing it during COVID, right, Daphne? And
Yep.
it just caught on. Everybody just loved it. So we've continued it. You can have your shirt, your race bib shipped to you, and you don't have to worry about coming to either one of the packet pickups. And if you bought a mug or a sweatshirt or anything online, we'll have that waiting for you at the merch tent, as well as your goodie bag. We'll have all that waiting for you after the race at the merchandise tent. And for this race, we had nearly a third, about 176 who have chosen to do that. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's awesome. What do people do? Because I know this has happened with some of our races, and I think I know what you want them to do, but what if folks had stuff mailed and they're signed up for the half, and then race morning, they're like, I'm not feeling it. I just want to do the 8K. What should they do on race morning?
Definitely have to come by the packet pickup at the start line and swap your bib. Because if you registered for the half, then you have a half marathon bib, which means your timing is for the half marathon. If you want to drop to the 8K, we can do that, but we've got to swap your bib and get you an 8K bib. You don't want to be running on the wrong course or on the wrong course with the wrong bib.
Yeah.
So, and you don't want to confuse other runners. You don't want to confuse the volunteers. And, it's just, we got to get you swapped. So swing by there and do that.
Yeah. And unfortunately, you do get disqualified if you don't swap out bibs. It messes so much up on the timing system and for awards and results. And sometimes if you see us pause an award ceremony, it's because we're seeing something that is triggering us to go, wait a minute, that person ran way too fast to be in a half marathon and didn't tell us. And unfortunately, you get disqualified, and that's just not fun. So take the extra minutes and switch out. It also, people don't think about this. So I'm just going to tell you guys, it messes up the police and the volunteers on the course too, because the instructions that I've given them is to watch for certain bib numbers and bib colors for directional support. And so if you don't swap out your bib, they're going to give you the wrong instructions. It's just going to add more stress to everybody, and the other thing I would say too, I know we talked about the start time, is don't start the race early.
This is so bizarre.
The last couple of years, I'm not quite sure why, but the race isn't ready before 8 a.m. Everything is out there on the course for you according to that start time. So if you start the race early, you're not going to have a start time. It's going to mess up everybody that's out there waiting for you and trying to get set up. So please, please, please do not start early. Start with everybody else at 8 o'clock. And it is a mass start. So don't start at 8:30, start at 8. We can't accommodate you if you show up late to the race.
Yeah.
That's my rant. Sorry.
I'm here for your rant. Okay, so how do people get their goodie bags and athletic coupons if they got their stuff mailed?
Swing by the merch tent, the merchandise tent. That'll be close to the finish line. We'll have all kinds of run local stuff. We'll have hoodies and magnets and decals and water bottles and all that good stuff. And if you've pre-ordered anything through your registration, or if you had your thing shipped and you want to get your goodie bag, that's where we'll have that ready for you.
And is that where people are going to get their Appalachian Trilogy medal?
I would assume so.
Okay.
Last year we had the Appalachian Trilogy medals set up near where the other medals were set up. Finish line. So we'll probably have some system like that after the race around the merchandise area for people to get them, and we'll check people off, because I know some people don't want to wait for the award ceremony to get them, but we would love to get a picture of everybody, with the Appalachian Trilogy medals that we possibly can, and we're going to take that picture at the half marathon award ceremony.
Okay.
Oh, look at Amy throwing up the medal.
It's so good.
And it's got a little thing that spins on it too, the little tree spin.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool.
So cool. Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm so excited about those.
Sorry.
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
man,
I had to do it. I had to do it.
So easy. I know. There's so many good things.
we are jumping around here, y'all, but we're gonna make it through. Where does everybody park?
Yeah, so fortunately at Jackson Park, there is plenty of parking. We are going to use the main center parking lot where we had the finish line and vendors set up last year. We're going to use more of that for this year. So there's going to be less available parking around the start finish, but everything is close within walking distance. Pretty much every baseball field there has huge parking lots. So just come into Jackson Park, find a parking spot, and walk over to the start finish area, which is sort of central in the middle of the park.
Okay, great. So tell us about the courses, and let's start with a half marathon.
Yeah, so myself and my friend Mark, who is great with certifying, we spent hours and hours and days certifying the courses again for USA Track and Field. And, I feel like this is a super important thing to do so that people know they're getting the exact true distance of what they signed up for. Also, if people are really fast, you can break course records. And it's just a great way to make a race credible and to guarantee that you're going the correct distance. And so that is finished. And so both 8K and half are certified. And so you can rest assured that you are going to get the distance. If you follow all of our signs and markings and volunteers, you will go that whole distance.
That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you for all that hard work, Daphne.
Oh, you are welcome.
Those
I've done so many races before and I come up short, it's usually come up short and I'm like, oh, I feel gypped, and so that's the last thing I want people to worry about when they show up for the race. I want them to know that it's been measured, we've really taken care of that and it's accurate. So
that's awesome, because that means that you can use your half marathon time as a qualifying time if there's a bigger race that you're trying to get into that requires that. It just makes it seamless and really, really helpful. And people love this course on the Greenway. It's nice. What I was telling someone the other day that one of our number one feedbacks about the course is that because it's out and back, like the community is out there the whole time and you get to pass people and just like, way to go, giving high fives back and forth the whole time. It's really an awesome environment because there are a lot of people out on the Greenway all at once, and it's really fun for our participants. So that'll be a really awesome part of it. So now that we've talked about the half marathon, tell us a little bit about the 8K. Is it on the Greenway? What's different about it than the half marathon?
Yeah, so both races will start together in Jackson Park, and the only difference to the course this year is that runners are going to go on Maple Street. That's by the train depot. It's one of the only cobblestone streets left that I know of in Hendersonville. So they're going to get to run on that street, which is very cool and historic. And that's the street over from White Duck Taco, which was not the best road. So that'll be a nice feature. And then the rest of it's the same. So they run down 7th Avenue and then hit the Greenway. The 8K will go out to the kiosk that's in the middle of the Greenway and turn around and essentially come back. And the half continues past that kiosk out to Berkeley Park, comes back to the 7th Avenue side of the Greenway, and then essentially goes back out and does that full loop again, back to Berkeley Park, comes back to 7th Avenue side, and then they finish the race. So, it's mostly flat. There is a stinker hill.
You always got to do that.
I mean, I don't plan it all the time. There is a stinker hill on the half going up to Berkeley Park. And let's see, there's maybe a little bit of a dipper hill when you're coming out of Jackson Park. And then, yes, at mile 12.8, 12.9-ish, there is a hill to go back up into the park to the finish at the end. And it's sort of nasty and ugly. So just keep that in mind to save a little bit at the end for both the 8K and the half.
I was getting ready to say, save up a little bit for those
Save
uphill
a
finishes.
little bit of juice for that. And then you can just, once you go past that hill and you're flat home stretch to the finish, you can just gun it.
Then you can sprint.
You can sprint after that. Yes. But yeah, I mean, it's a super spectator friendly course. That's why I created it. I would say, you know, as this race has grown, we're going to have the most people there this year that we've had. I mean, it's a relatively new race. And so each year it's growing. So the thing is, on the Greenway, you're going to have to stay on the right side when you're running. You're not going to be able to take up the whole path and lane. There's going to be people that are passing you, which makes it awesome because you're going to be encouraging and seeing people the whole time, but you just can't run on the wrong side of the path. It's also open to the public. So there might be people out there walking a dog or, you know, with their family pushing a stroller. So you just have to keep that in mind. It's not a super busy Greenway. It's not like some of the ones in Asheville that are a lot busier. So I don't expect there to be a ton, but you know, there are going to be people out there. So just be friendly and nice. We want to be able to keep coming back.
Okay. And what about time limits? I know I have a friend or two that do walk run intervals when they run half marathons. What about the time limit? Is there a course cutoff?
Yeah, so at noon is when the race becomes unsupported. So at that time is when, you know, volunteers, police, everything, they're leaving their posts. They're done for the day, and the finish line will start being taken down. So, you know, if it takes you longer than noon to finish, you know, you can finish, but we can't guarantee you're going to have a time or support on the course.
Gotcha.
Okay, good to know. Okay, so that sounds awesome. I know one of the like big goals for this event was to make it spectator friendly. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how people can see their participants?
Yeah, so we'll have that information on the event guide. I think it's also on the website, but a couple different areas to go would be Patton Park. You can park at Patton Park, and that's where our Hendersonville Triathlon starts and finishes, and walk down the Greenway, and then you're on the Greenway and you can see people. Lee Park, where a water station is at for the half, that's another place you can park and walk down. And there's a couple other points along the way that we'll put, you know, on the event guide, and you can take a look. But it's an easy one for people to get to, especially on the loop course for the half, to see people. If you don't really want to try to figure out where they're at, you know, you can be at the race hub and see them when they start and finish.
Yeah, that's always a guarantee. And actually, you can walk down a little bit onto the course, you know, before the finish too, if you just want to, you know, start in Jackson Park. That is always a good way to do it. So people need to start thinking of their signs and costumes and all of that, because the best signs, even if you're making them for like someone in particular, it's always fun for all the runners to see them. I always get a good kick out of fun signs along the way and stuff. So
yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about the section that they repeat on the course.
Yep. So the 7th Avenue section of the Greenway is sort of the beginning of the Greenway section, and then Berkeley Park is the end of the Greenway, and it's a several mile stretch. And so that's the section that the half marathoners will run twice. We will have a video that we'll put up about what that looks like as we get closer. And we also have a course preview video that you can check out that shows exactly what that looks like, so that you can just be watching for it. But it's just super important that you know, don't have your earphones on so loud that you can't hear a volunteer who's telling you, you know, prompting you with what to do. And then you also have to just take your own personal responsibility to be watching for signs and stuff, and don't expect the person in front of you to be doing what you're doing, because there's multiple races happening. They might be faster than you and might have already done a loop. Who knows? So yeah, so all of those things. We will have some timing mats along the course too, just to make sure everybody does the whole thing. So that's really important, that you're clocking all those laps and loops, and we'll check that for you at the end to make sure that happened. And unfortunately, if you didn't do the whole thing, you will be disqualified and you don't get a finisher medal, if that's the case. So if you think that you're not going to do the whole half, highly suggest that you switch to the 8K before the race.
Yes. Okay. And we always try and mark the courses super well with paint and arrows and all of that. So what are the colors and everything to be on the lookout for?
Yeah, so a half marathon will be marked in pink. I try to use stickers on the greenways, paint sometimes on the roadways, but look for that pink color for the half, and then yellow is going to be for the 8K. So those will be the two distinguishing colors, and then we'll have signs where the course splits, the turnarounds, stuff like that. So pay attention to those. And I think I told you already about the people that might be out there in the Greenway. And let's see. Oh, the roads are open to traffic. On the Greenway, there are no cars, fortunately, but the sections that aren't on the Greenway are open to traffic. We don't expect a lot at Sunday morning, but as the day goes on, it will pick up more and more. So if you see a sidewalk and you're running down the road, see car, hop up on the sidewalk. We will have police and other support out there as well, helping you in those areas where there are cars.
Yeah, and so then everybody can take a look at the course maps and see everything that we're talking about on Ride with GPS, which can be found on our website and on Race Roster where you registered.
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
We also have water stations too, a couple on there, and they will be utilized multiple times. So that's another thing to definitely check out when you look at the map, because I know that's important. And every water station also has porta-johns at the water stations.
Okay.
Right.
And, and you did say, just a reminder, that the Greenway is open to the public.
Yep.
So be courteous of all the other families and people and dog walkers and roller skaters and other people that might be out there.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So what post-race activities can we expect this year? That's one thing that I feel like as this race grows and grew from the first year to the second, we like doubled it. And so I'm excited to see all our post-race activities and have like a real hub and everything. So what's going on, Daphne?
Yeah, well, we have all kinds of really cool things and fun stuff, and we brought back the things that have been really popular, like beer and donuts.
Two of my favorite food groups, really.
I mean, they're so important that they're actually tabs on your bib. So you can redeem your donut tab and your beer tab on your bib. So
there's a legit hashtag, I run for donuts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We'll have to do that one. Yeah, so the apple cider donuts from Jeter Mountain Farm will be back. And you can redeem that, like I said, with the little tear off tab on your race bib. I don't think we'll have extras of those to sell. We just have enough for the participants. That's a lot of donuts.
That was a big thing last year. So just know that they're for the participants. And sorry for the children that come to spectate you.
Yeah, we'll have other. So, and then let's see, the beer is Ocklawaha Brewing Company. They are on First Avenue in Hendersonville. And do you have one of the beer tickets there, Amy? I was wondering if it has like the address or anything while you're looking for that. So we can't have alcohol or beer in the park. It's a park. So what does it say on there, Amy?
It says Ocklawaha Brewing Company, 147 First Avenue East, Hendersonville, on race weekend, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, get a free flagship beer.
Yes. So you take that ticket in there, whatever day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of race weekend, and you can get your beer. The tip's not included in that. So if you want to leave a tip when you get your free beer, that would be really appreciative for the amazing bartenders and service workers. And we are subsidizing the free runners, so it's not free to the race. We're buying this beer for you, and so we want you to be able to go and just try out a local place in Hendersonville that's awesome, a favorite here, and try their flagship beer. They've got all kinds of options. So
awesome.
All right, let's move on to my next favorite food category or food group.
I mean, we got coffee and we got donuts for after the race, but what about before the race? I always need that little bit of caffeine to spice me up a little bit, give me a little bit of energy. What do we have? Do we have coffee available?
Yeah, Bare Bones Brewhouse will be there again, and he'll have his coffee car, and I believe he does espresso shots, doesn't he?
I think he does. Yes.
Yeah. So I
mean, don't test that out for the first time on race day, but if it works to make you faster.
Absolutely.
Afterwards, people need a little shot of something, so he'll be there. Yeah, and then other stuff that we have going on, we have the recovery zone. It's going to be bigger and better than even last year. We'll have it in a slightly different area, but close to the start finish. And Asheville Personal Training heads that up. They have a lot of fun things that they're going to bring: compression sleeves, mats, rollers. They'll help you get stretched out. We also have yoga and massage there to do post-race massages. And then Movement for Life will be there. That's physical therapists. If you are having a little nagging injury or something going on, they can help diagnose that, check that out, injury screenings for free. So they'll all be there in that recovery zone to do that for you. We have a couple food items. So we have a new food truck this year. We're really excited about. Courtney from Tahini Jar is going to come with their food truck. Yeah, we're really excited. They're going to have some breakfasty type items available too for those of you that finish earlier in the morning, and then they'll switch off to some lunch items. But bring some cash. We want to support our food trucks. They come to our events because we want them to come back, and this is how they earn their living. So bring some cash and support them. We will have just, snacks available, the usual bananas, apples, granola bars, Humana, and then Hendersonville Community Co-op will have those. Water, some drinks, things like that for free. So, you can get your little snacky thing and then go over to the food truck after your stomach settles from running and pick up something a little bit more.
Awesome. I heard a rumor that we have an MC and maybe a bluegrass band too.
Yes, the same folks who were there last year will be coming back, the Dryman Mountain Boys, and then Brian Bird, B Squared. He's a realtor in Hendersonville, and he's so much fun. He will be there to MC. He was also at the Jump Off Rock half and 10K if you guys were there for that event. So excited to have both of them back, creating the energy and the cool vibe for the event.
Okay, and we also have, I mentioned it just a little bit before, at the merchandise tent, we'll have all of our awesome free to run shirts. We have tank tops. We have the new blue, really gorgeous, yes, Run Local hoodies. The blue is just, you can't imagine how pretty it is till you see it in person. It pops. I mean, and the Run Local logo and the design is just amazing. Thank you, Allison. You did a great job designing.
My legs warm right now.
Yeah, so we'll have those with, it's supposed to be a fall weather moving in here in the next few days. Well, and look like even through the next 10 days. So you're going to want a warm, cozy hoodie. We've got, check those out. And then we'll have the Appalachian Trilogy hoodies too, for those of you that have done your 3 out of the 4 half marathons. We'll have the Appalachian Trilogy hoodies. And if you're a family member of a Spectator, you can sneak over there and grab one for a Christmas gift, maybe for someone that has completed that trilogy and they didn't get a hoodie or didn't think to buy one. You sneak over there and grab one for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't want to be a Scrooge. I don't even want to think about Christmas yet. But when you to these events, and we have all this run local and run merchandise that's super cool. Think about the runner friends that you have in your life, your family members. The merchandise is super cool, so pick up a few things, and store it for birthdays or Christmas gifts or whatever. We usually don't have a lot of that stuff online, so the chance to get it is at the races.
Yes.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
there's some smaller things too that are good for stocking stuffers. We've got like the Run Local water bottles, the insulated stainless steel water bottles, and we've got
Tons of stickers.
Yes, tons of stickers and decals. And there's also a new Run Local magnet that matches that logo that's on those blue hoodies. So yeah, all kinds of things.
Here we go, talking about swag again.
I know it. Here we go.
We just can't get enough.
So are we going to do an award ceremony this year?
Yes, we will have an award ceremony around 9:30 for the 8K, and then around 10 a.m. or slightly thereafter for the half marathon. We try to wait until most of the age groups are pretty full before we start doing the awards. So that's why sometimes it fluctuates a little bit. The other reason it would fluctuate is if people don't tell us that they are switching races, and then the awards get...
Wait, is that important, Daphne?
I haven't mentioned it. So we will do an award ceremony this year. It'll be fun.
All right. So besides the coffee that they're going to drink before the race, do they need to bring any fuel or hydration for while they're running?
Yeah, Green Moose Fuel is awesome, and they provide the Moose Fuel out on the course. It's a gel, and so we'll have those at the water stations, and then water and Gatorade. But if you're, if you have your own favorite thing that you like to run with, I would carry it with you. When I was racing half marathons, I always had like a handheld water bottle just in case I got thirsty between the water stations, or if the water stations were so full of people, which I don't think that'll happen. But if they're really full and I just was like, I don't want to stop, I always had something with me. So that's just me. Not everybody does it that way, but I liked having some of my own. And then the water stations, the locations will be listed on the event guide. There's one at 7th Avenue in the Greenway and Balfour Road in the Greenway. So you can look at those on the map.
All right.
Perfect.
And my all important favorite question, what about restrooms?
Yeah, so there are legit restrooms, real deal restrooms at the park. And so we have those. We'll have porta-johns as well. Porta-johns at all the water stations out on the course too.
Perfect.
Awesome. Okay, so then who is our, we like to have a nonprofit for every partner, for every event. Typically, they provide some volunteers for us, and we're able to help support them through everyone's registrations, as well as donating for who is it for the Black Bear?
Yeah, so the Friends of the Ocklawaha Greenway, which just keep the Greenway so pretty and nice. They have put in some different pollinator gardens on the Greenway, which are really neat for the bees and the butterflies. They also keep the kiosk area in the middle of the Greenway beautiful, and just keep it lovely and nice. So we're giving back to them and all the work that they do for the Greenway. We also raise money for the Jackson Park Greenway that gets flooded when it rains a lot here in Hendersonville, because it's a problem. And so we just figure if we keep raising money for that someday it'll get fixed. So we're going to keep on raising money for it and hope that someday soon we can get an engineer in there to fix that section.
Yeah. So I think we mentioned that the Appalachian Trilogy medals are going to be given out at the awards ceremony. Let's just chat about that and the Appalachian Trilogy and next year's plan for that now, because start planning now.
People, last year was the first time we did the Trilogy, and they got pretty excited about getting their medals and didn't want to wait until the awards ceremony, or they just didn't want to wait at all to come to the awards because they weren't going to get one. So we had them near where people were handing out the finisher medals in that area. So we'll do that again. But like I said, we'd like to get a picture of that at the half marathon awards ceremony. So if you can stick around and be part of that group, there's almost 200 people that did the trilogy this year. So it'll be a really fun group picture if we can a bunch of people to stay for that. That'd be a lot of fun. We will do the trilogy again next year. It'll kick off with the Asheville Marathon and half Saturday, March 18th. That's in Asheville. And then it'll follow up with the Jump Off Rock half, which is May 13th, I believe. Yes, May 13th in Hendersonville. Then we have the Rad half, which is June 11th next year, and that's back in Asheville. And then we come back to Hendersonville for the Black Bear half, which tentatively is October 8th. However, because there's 5 weekends in October next year, that date might be the weekend after. So we're confirming that right now.
Okay.
But we have the trilogy planned, and you just have to do 3 out of the 4 events and you're automatically entered into the trilogy. There's no sign up form or anything like that.
Also
Awesome.
worth mentioning, you can do it virtually too. If you can't do it in person, you can, or a combination. You can do them in person or virtually, or all virtually, if you can't make it to the events.
Yeah, very true.
And, I got to do it one more time. The medals, I mean.
Oh, wait, spin the trees. I can't see the trees.
Oh,
It's hard to spin it with one hand and hold it and, and spin it.
they're so cool.
I want to see the ribbon on it.
The ribbon's good.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. They turned out
Yeah.
so nice.
They're beautiful.
Amazing. Okay, so we made it through all the core information. We did it, guys. We got off track several times, but we made it. So what sponsors and partners can we thank today before we head out?
Yeah, so we mentioned most of them during the podcast, but I do want to thank Friday Health Plans. They are an annual partner. Reveal Aesthetic Surgery, they're a new partner this year, and they are going to have a couple folks from their office running in the races. So that's really exciting. I want to thank the city of Hendersonville, Henderson County Parks, and then downtown Hendersonville for all being part of this event. It is completely a community effort. It's not just, we show up at the park and go for a run. It's, there's a lot of moving parts to make it happen. We're just so grateful for all of them.
Awesome. Well, I believe that's it. Thank you to all of our partners. Thanks, Daphne and Amy. And we just can't wait to see you guys at the Black Bear Half Marathon and 8K on Sunday, October 9th.
Yay.
Thanks. See you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.